Hey, it's your boy, and I'm back in full effect. It's been a while. Um, I stopped from making podcasts for a bit because I really had to reflect on why I'm making them, who I'm making them for. You know, um, I think I'm making them for people who really want or who really need to hear it, because that's why you talk to people. You can't talk to people that don't want to listen to you, people that don't care about your message. Then you're just wasting your time. So that's I think that's what today's podcast is gonna be about. It's gonna be about time. There's people that succeed immediately, and there's people that succeed after a long while. But there's always reasons for that. So it's much like pregnancy, you know. Um, Pregnancy is when a woman is incubating or having a baby in her stomach and it's growing. It's an incubation period, a gestation period. Normally it's 9 months. Although sometimes you tend to get premature. Kids that get born in 3 months and 5 months. Bottom line, less than the time that the baby's supposed to be in a woman's womb for. So they have to put in to be put in an incubator. That's an incubation period. So that's what our podcast is gonna be about today. Pregnancy. I believe everybody's pregnant. Man or woman, you're pregnant. Pregnant of what? Your destiny. You know? Yeah, and your destiny's incubating in you. You're pregnant of your destiny. It's not yet time to give birth, of your destiny. Some people they get it like done or sorted immediately, like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what's gonna make me successful. And they do it immediately and they become successful just like that. And some people try different things. They try this, they try that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But you'll never be truly successful until you find what you're really supposed to do in life, what your real purpose is. You know? Until then, you'll forever be pregnant. You'll forever be having your destiny incubated inside you. So you have to really figure out what that is. It takes time. For some people, it takes a month. Some people, it takes a year. Some people, it takes a lifetime. Some people, it takes a minute. You know, if you look at people that are really rich, the Jack Ma's of the world, the Bill Gates, the Donald Trumps, people that are really having that effect in the world, they didn't just make it just like that. They went through a whole lot of stuff. Take Jack Ma for instance. He couldn't get a job. He struggled to get in varsity. He went through so much. Well, even when he was starting his company, people are telling him this is gonna fail. This is not useful. If it was useful, you would have been rich a long time ago, but you're not. But he had to fight. He had to struggle for years. He used to go to interviews and people would tell him that, "Are you rich yet? Do you think you'll ever be rich?" And he just brushed it off lightly. Of course, those things hurt and they cut very deep. But you gotta learn to have a thick skin to say, you know what, these people don't know what my destiny is. They don't know in which direction I'm going. They don't know how long I'm gonna be pregnant. They don't know what I'm incubating. Even me, I think I'm one of the most brilliant people I've ever met. If I could meet myself, I probably think I'm crazy, but still, I learned so much all on my own. Like how to build computers, how to program them, how to do programming. I did that all on my own, you know? And some people will never understand that. Some people say I'm lying, but I did that. It wasn't easy, it was hard. And then I came up with programs that could change the world, but because I talked to the wrong people, or should I say I was born in the wrong country, whatever the case is, But maybe that wasn't meant for me, that wasn't my direction. That wasn't what I was incubating, you know? That wasn't the reason for my pregnancy. Everybody has a reason to be pregnant. I think a woman has a reason to be pregnant. You fell in love, you got raped, whatever the case was. But bottom line is there's a reason. And some people or some women have abortions because they didn't understand what's going on inside them. Everything is an act of God, regardless of how it started. Now you aborting your destiny. Is that really smart? Because you don't know how far that'll take you. In the beginning, it'll seem like it'll never come through, like it's a waste of time because people keep telling you, oh, stop what you're doing. Go get a job like everybody else. Go do this like everybody else. Go what like everybody else. There's nothing wrong with getting a job. Please don't get me wrong. People that are working, they are changing the world. Because without them, there wouldn't be tax and there wouldn't be this and that. People on the street wouldn't be able to get donations or whatever because of people that have jobs. Now, everybody has their destiny, or their line in life. That's when they say stick to your line or stick to your lane. Everybody has that. Nobody is meant, not everybody's meant to change the world or design a super program or do this or do that. But everybody has that thing that they have to do. They have that destiny. Maybe some of us' destiny is just to get a job and live like everybody else. Because even with people that have jobs, some people studied, some people didn't, some people got lucky, some people didn't. For example, there's doctors out of work, there's nurses out of work that are doing all sorts of jobs. I know this lady, she was a very close friend of mine. Now, she studied to be a nurse, an auxiliary nurse, and as far as I know, according to what she told me, being an auxiliary nurse means you can do anything in the nursing profession. You can work in any department, but she still couldn't get a job as a nurse. Now she's working at a restaurant, probably because her dream wasn't what she was incubating. That wasn't the reason why she was pregnant, you know? Chances are she's still pregnant. She still has to find or discover her destiny, what she's really meant to do. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, am I failing at this? Because it's what I'm meant to do? Must I keep hitting it hard or going back at it until I get it right? Or maybe it's just not for me. You have to really ask yourself, because if there's anything that you're really meant to do, you're not going to succeed over it overnight. You're going to struggle and struggle and struggle till you get it right. But you got to ask yourself, talk to yourself, convince yourself, remind yourself why you're doing it. There's the guy called Jay Wayne. He's a trader, and he has this sign close to his desk. It says, "Remember why you started." If you don't remember why you started, then you cannot continue, because there's no point. Because when you lose sight of the vision, then you're just flowing, you're just doing things, and you don't want to be the person. You always have to focus. That's why you get people that have been struggling for long, and then they get money, and they play with money, then they go back to struggling again, because they don't understand their destiny. They don't understand which direction their life is supposed to be going. There's nothing wrong with struggling. Everybody struggles every now and then, but you got to remember why you're struggling, what the point is. you know because everybody will get that point in their life where everything goes right and they gravitating to what or who they want to be. But once they start losing direction and doing things they should not, then they go back to square one, because they lost sight, they lost direction. The GPS stopped working. When you're driving and following the GPS and it says signal has been lost, well, that's what happens. Do you want your signal to be lost, or do you want to stop struggling? All I'm saying is focus, 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 focus. Discover what you're incubating. Discover why you're pregnant. You know? Until then, you'll just keep going from one job to another, one thing to another, not knowing what you're doing and why you're doing it. Do you want that? Is that the life that you want to live? I don't think that's the life that I want to live. You know? I seriously don't think so. I think that, everybody's meant to do something. Discover that. Stop flowing through life. Stop listening to everybody. Stop doing what everybody's doing. Not everybody is meant to do what everybody's doing. Not everybody is meant to go with the flow. Discover yourself. Find out who you are. Not everybody that follows is meant to be a follower, and not everybody that's leading is meant to be a leader. I'm sure you've seen a few people that are leading, and you're like, what is this person doing? They don't know what they're doing. Why are they leading us? They are more lost than we could ever be. Imagine that. If you're a pastor and you're lost, but you're leading 500 people. You're making 500 people lose direction. How do you go home? How do you sleep at night knowing what you're doing? I'm sure there's people that are meant to be pastors that have that real calling, spiritual leaders, and there's just people that are just making people lose direction just because they want money. All I'm saying is, If, however, you're in a place and you feel like you shouldn't be there, leave. Stop taking somebody else's space. Stop wasting your time. Discover what you're supposed to do. Find what you're supposed to do and excel at it. Find what you love and you'll be richer than you could ever imagine. You know, discover what you're incubating. Find out the reason why you're pregnant. Because you don't want to live your whole life and saying, I could have, I should have. You know there's people like that. Your uncle, sometimes your mother, your father, your friends say, yo, I should have, I could have, I would have. But. Life is not about buts. Life is all about I did it. Regardless of what everybody says. Imagine what would have happened if Jack Ma quit. Would Alibaba be here? You know? If however Steve Jobs quit, would we even have an iPhone? Would we even have an iPad? Or an iPod? Would we have any of those? When they started, people were like, what? Music for it? Why do you need that thing? That's stupid. It's not useful, it's useless. You know? When Bill Gates came with a mouse, they're like, why? Are you trying to be funny? What's this for? This is stupid. You know? Even when the first computer was built, it was huge. But the people are like, ah man, this is stupid. Why do we need this thing? We can calculate by hand. We can do this on our own. Stop coming up with stupid things. Get out the way. We're busy. Stop playing. Go play somewhere else. You know? Can you really be that person that gets pushed away easily? That changes direction easily because of something somebody says? I've realized that it's much easier to do the easy thing or to follow the negative direction once you're directed towards it. But at the end of the day, when you're sleeping in your bed and you're alone, your friend's not there, your family's not there, you know, your girlfriend's not there, and you're thinking to yourself, you're like saying, damn, I should have, I could have, I would have, but I didn't. Why? Because you decided to make your life about buts. Don't make your life about a but. But somebody said, but this happened. Don't. Follow your own suit, live your own life. Stop being pregnant. Have that baby. Be successful. Stop making excuses. Ponder upon that for a while. It's your boy, a prince and a half. Take care. Much love and respect. And oh yeah, Happy New Year. Thanks for listening.